Welcome to the RewirED Youth Podcast. You're listening to Episode 1, Introduction. An eating disorder can be defined as a mental health condition where you use the control of food to cope with feelings and other situations. Unhealthy eating behaviors may include eating too much or too little, or worrying about your weight or body shape way too much. As harmless as that sounds, eating disorders can be very serious conditions affecting physical, psychological, and social functions in our bodies. The idea of having literal fear of food may sound generally really weird to some people, like why on earth would you starve yourself intentionally? However, in fact, eating disorders have been becoming a lot more common in the past years, especially amongst teenagers and adolescents, mainly because they're not treated seriously or taken seriously upon early diagnosis.
Furthermore, the Journal of the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry states that eating disorders among adolescents are much more common compared to adults. And of these adolescents with eating disorders, the 17 to 18-year-old age category has the highest prevalence of eating disorders at around 3%. However, this age group is constantly decreasing, and it makes the illness much more dangerous as it highly disrupts the growth and development of other youngsters in younger age groups' brains and bodies. Now, the causes of eating disorders are highly personal. They can vary from past trauma and poor body image, but also dieting at very young age. However, behind the scenes, there are also a lot of biological and scientific factors that contribute to eating disorders as well. But why are eating disorders becoming so common? How does anorexia affect you differently from bulimia? What is it that makes people completely adore food throughout their childhood, in which during adolescence it suddenly becomes an absolute tremendous enemy? There is still so much that we don't know about the scientific backgrounds of eating disorders, which would allow us to understand so much more about the human body, but also especially the way our mind processes things on a microscopic level.
On the RewirED Youth Podcast, each month we will dive further into the effect of eating disorders on the body and the brain, regarding other biological factors to unravel the dark and surprising science behind eating disorders. This way, youngsters such as ourselves can be more educated about this particular topic. As we always say here, informed minds lead to recovered lives. That was it for today, and thank you for listening.